This is Sosua Beach sunset. Yeah, man. This is the time of the day where Sosua Beach gone wild starts to happen. It's the time of the day where the early bird catches the worm. So, RichesMethod back at it again. Don't forget, subscribe, click the bell notification, hit notify all. Make sure you drop your comments. Make sure you hit that like button right now before we get started. Absolutely go ahead and share the videos on your Facebook and your Instagram. For my travelers, I highly recommend that you get the ebook and audiobooks on travel, safety, and dating. And for those who want to live abroad, The Good Life, How to Live or Slow Travel Abroad. Available for instant download. That link. All the links are also in the description below. So, let's go. So all this right here, it's just the pre-show, the prelims. This is just where everything builds up to the big game at the end of the night. Pretty much in the time of the day like this, you got a few early birds. And you know, the early birds come out and try to get a little early worms. But in the majority, it's just people going about ramping up their afternoons into the sunsets. So you got the families who are at the beach, and they're either going out to the beach or they're going home from the beach. For the people who are chilling at the beach, having fun at the beach. And during this time, all the girls who are not at the beach, already doing their thing, what they're mostly doing is they're getting their nails done, they're getting their hair done, they're grabbing some food. Some of them might have came in, if they travel, they might have came in early in the morning. So, they're walking around with their little hair bonnet on before they get their hair done. They might have already done their nails. They're going to walk over to the tiendas. They're going to grab some outfits, the basics of what they need, some lipstick, some makeup. They're going to be up in the hair salons getting their makeup done. Some of them who already finished, they'll sit down, grab some food, start pre-gaming. They'll grab some Presidente lights. And them Dominican girls love their Presidente beers. And they'll start doing their thing, getting ready for the main bouts. Now, the main bout really truly starts right after sunset, when that sun goes down. Enough time for people to come off the beaches, freshen up, relax a little bit, and then people will head back out. It's going to be the main strip, Pedro Casante. Basically, time to hit the clubs, time to have some drinks, time to listen to some music, time to get right. Now, for those of you who never really been here as yet, you got two parts of Pedro Casante already, right? So I'm going to use as a reference a lot of what, if you guys watch a lot of the videos where the girls are just walking up and down, you might have noticed every once in a while, dudes will film from like a balcony on the main strip. So most likely the one you're seeing or in front of that one, even if they're walking by, is called kings or Roombas. So I'm going to use that as a point of reference, right? Because it's right at an intersection where all the main action kind of happens, right? Then the other notable ones you might have is like Bar 59. Then you got, what is it called? Something Flame. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys that spot a little later on. But yeah, you got to know a lot of little tiny bars in between, all in that little 1 block radius. Now, if you keep going west on Pedro Casante, you got like Bar Central, Jolly Rogers, and a lot more. Now, every once in a while, something will change, but those ones I just mentioned kind of just being around a very, very long time, right? By the way, and you guys who have been here, make sure to put your favorites down in the comment below. Listen, we got a lot of options over here on that, let's say 2 blocks, right? But then also if you go east, right, where during the night it's not that much action. You pass the liquor stores, the tienda, the banks. If you're just looking for a little bit more relaxed environment, you got Plan B over there, you know, as you head towards Playa Chiquita. And you got a few other little smaller ones, depending on your, you know, where your favorites are over that direction. You also got Ramona's as you head that direction. Options, man. Bottom line, lots of options, right? And then in the back and the side streets, you got stuff like Bailey's, you got Wings and Waffles. So you got a pool in there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, guys, it's just up to you, right? Then when it comes to the action, it's either you want to see some of the action walk by, but not all the talent wants to actually walk by, right? You got some that'll be like, nah, I don't like to be out here. I prefer to go grab a seat in my favorite restaurant that they got a relationship with that allows them in there. They'll sit down there with their girlfriends and they'll, you know, they'll hope that you buy them a beer or they'll buy themselves one beer. They'll buy a soda, something like that. And what they're really doing, whether they're walking by or they're sitting in one of the restaurants like Bailey's, they'll be on that favorite swipe right, swipe left app, right? They'll got it set, of course, to that location. So if you don't feel like go out there and, you know, walk around, whatever, you just want to catch a seat, grab a beer, watch some TV, you could pull out your favorite cell phone, Android or Apple, and you could just swipe right, swipe left, and you're good to go also, right? So, I mean, that's the vibe, man. For the guys who've never been here, there's no cover fee for these spots, right? So you're just walking in and out. Sometimes they might not allow you, like Kings don't allow you to bring your own liquor from somewhere else into their spot. No bottles at all, water, whatever it might be. You know, they want their business, right? So maybe you finish that off, you jump to another spot, you check the different places out, figure out which is your favorite. You know what I'm saying? And then you got like, after let's say 1 o'clock, 1:30, everybody starts to move towards Playa Chiquita. Well, now, for you guys who've never been here, that just means it's a little tiny beach. Really, really small. It's also like a little area, right? Now, that little area got a casino back there. Now, a lot of you guys who like to just watch the videos of the girls moving in circles and some music in the background, you might have seen every once in a while what looks like a club and a casino, some of those videos. Well, that's Playa Chiquita Casino. You might have heard people might have say, nah, man, the casino ain't worth going there. Well, you got to know the rhythm of Sosua, right? So really and truly, the casino is Friday nights, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, into Saturday, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because there's also a club in there. Now, when you go on the busy days, to get into that club inside the casino, there is a charge, all right? For you guys who just want to enjoy it, there's a bar outside before you go into the club. You could have in there. You could just sit around. The girls will be in there sitting down, swiping left and swiping right or looking around, right? Some of them might get there early before they move into the club. They'll be up in the club also. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of the vibe of what happens, how it all works, and let you know that that's the main time, right? Sunset into nighttime, and that's the